My best to be helpful. Oh, it's got, what is the light? Hi guys, welcome to today's video, which is all about Disney World in Florida's fast pass system. So I'm not an expert. I've only done it once before, and now I've booked them for the second trip because we are actually going in September, which is so soon. I literally can't believe it. It's like 30 days away. What? Yeah, I'm not an expert. I don't know everything. I'm just going to try my best to be helpful. Oh, it's got, what is the light? It went dark and then really light. Yeah, so we're going to talk all about fast passes today. Yay! Also, my only experience is as a Disney resort guest. I've never used the fast pass system staying outside. The first time I went to Disney World in 2012, we did stay on International Drive, but we didn't use the fast passes because we didn't know about them. So were they even a thing? I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, let's get started. What's a fast pass? If you're watching this and you have no idea what I'm talking about, a fast pass is something that Disney World give you so that you can skip the queue, essentially, to get on rides and attractions. They also actually, have fast passes for shows and fireworks and things like that, which if it's for a show, it usually means that there's a space dedicated for a set amount of people that have the fast passes, and they're normally good seats. So, and also normally there is like a sidelined queue, so you don't have to wait ages to get in because there's a lot less of you. Yeah, there's normally always a fast pass queue. There'll be the normal queue and then the fast pass queue. When you've got a fast pass, you'll go up there. We have waited like 15 minutes before with a fast pass even, just because I guess lots of people have come at that same time. But yeah, that's what a fast pass is. It gets you on rides quicker. How do you use it? So the way you use it is you book them in advance, or you can book them on the day. If you are a Disney resort guest, if you're staying at one of the Disney World hotels, then you get to book them 60 days in advance. So we've already done that. I can't believe it. It still doesn't feel real. Sorry, I'm probably going to be like this the whole video because I'm literally giddy about the fact that we're going back. Yes. So how do you use it? So you book them online. We booked them 50 days in advance, and you get 3 per day. And once you've used your 3 when you're there on the day, so you've gone on all 3, you've used them, you can then like book other ones on the day, but it's usually for the less popular or less busy rides and attractions that will have the ones that are there. Like a lot of the big rides, like Flight of Passage, was hard to get even 60 days out. Like people want to go on those big popular rides. So yeah, so if you're a Disney resort guest, on the 60-day mark you will go on the website and you basically go like either by day or by attraction. That's up to you. The first time I did it, I just did it day by day, but this time after some research I found that it's probably better to do the biggest ones that I really want first. So I actually did it by ride, which meant I was kind of jumping around, which was a bit awkward, but it meant that I got everything I wanted. What I mean by that is I searched for Flight of Passage, and then I went to the date and the day, and then I picked a time and it was booked, and then I booked my next 2, etc, etc, until I'd booked them all up. How do you use it on the day? So on the day you'll be wandering around whatever park you're in, and you get an hour's slot. So it's not like come here at 12 o'clock on the dot. You get like Tower of Terror 12 till 1, so you can turn up between 12 and 1 anytime with your fast pass to that ride. You also kind of have, from my experience, a 10 to 15 minute leeway either side of that hour to go on. We've turned up early by accident and late by accident and been let on, but I wouldn't do it that way, you know. That was only genuinely an accident, but just in case you're panicking that you've booked something near or something, I don't know. But yeah, you turn up to the ride, you go up to the fast pass queue, you'll scan your magic band, and on you go. It's amazing. And say that's your 3rd one of the day, then what we do is in the queue, like in the little 10-minute or whatever queue to get on in the fast pass queue, we'll go on and book our next one for whatever attraction we want to go on next. I had to go and get my 2 Disney planners. I've finished one, so that's why I've had to start a second one, because there are tier systems in place. You can find all this on the Disney World website, but if you wanted it all in this helpful little video. Magic Kingdom has no tier system, so you can pick 3 of anything, and if you go on their website you'll be able to find a full list of stuff you can fast pass and stuff you can't. Animal Kingdom has 2 tiers. The way that that works is that you get to pick 1 attraction or ride from tier 1 and 2 from tier 2. So for example, when we booked it, because it does keep changing because of Star Wars I think, Animal Kingdom tier 1 was Flight of Passage or Navi River, which are both of the Pandora rides, and then tier 2 had like everything else, the Safari, Everest, Dinosaur, etc, etc, etc. Hollywood Studios also has 2 tiers now. It actually changed without me realising right before we booked our fast passes, so I had planned what I was going to book and then I couldn't, and I think the way it is essentially now is that tier 1 is basically all of the big rides and tier 2 is all of the shows and some of the smaller rides. So for example, tier 1 has like Tower of Terror, Rock and Roller Coaster, Slinky Dog, all of the big rides, and then tier 2 has like the Beauty and the Beast show, Indiana Jones, I think Star Tours was in there, the Little Mermaid one was in there. So yeah, there's 2 tiers and they've just changed that, and that's really frustrating because the only ride we didn't get that we wanted was Rock and Roller Coaster, because we'd planned it because they used to be in tier 2 and now they're not, so yeah, we had to pick Tower of Terror because that's our fave. Epcot has 2 tiers as well. So in tier 1 is Frozen Ever After, Test Track, Soarin', Illuminations and Character Greetings, and then in tier 2 you've got Mission Space, Spaceship Earth, Seas with Nemo, stuff like that. So definitely do your research into that, because you don't want to get to your 60-day mark and go on there thinking you can book any 3 and then you can't, because you can only do 1 from tier 1 and 2 from tier 2. So definitely do your research on what is in what tier, which you can find on loads of blogs and videos and also on the websites. My recommendations for which rides you should fast pass, and this is obviously going to be different for every single person because you're going to have your favourites and stuff you really love and you're going to prioritise those, that's fine, but I'm doing it based on kind of what's going to have the longest queue so that we don't have to stand in the longest queue. Also because I'm not able to do that. So my recommendations are the 3 mountains: Space Mountain, Splash Mountain, Thunder Mountain. Peter Pan's flight, 100%. It's like crazy busy, really hard to get a fast pass for as well. So definitely that one if you have. We've never done it because we couldn't get a fast pass last time. That's how crazy it is. So we've fast passed that. And Jungle Cruise and Pirates of the Caribbean are also on a lot of people's recommendations list just for the fact that they have longer queues. I prioritised Many Adventures of Pooh because Pooh Bear's my fave. But you know what I mean, you can prioritise whatever you want, but based on like longest queues, those are my recommendations. Animal Kingdom, obviously you want to prioritise Pandora. It's still crazy busy and really popular, so and actually everyone suggests to prioritise the Flight of Passage ride over the Navi River ride, so that's what we've done. But other than that, my suggestions and recommendations are Kilimanjaro Safaris. I just think it's amazing. It's like quintessentially Animal Kingdom, and yeah, it does get really popular. Everest, definitely, that's one of our favourite rides. It's like the biggest like roller coaster type ride that they've got there. Dinosaur as well, really popular and really great. And also a lot of people suggest Cali River Rapids, but we haven't done that this time. Suggestions and recommendations for Hollywood Studios are the 2 Toy Story rides. I think they still get quite busy, but if you had to pick one, definitely Slinky Dog Dash over the Alien Saucers. Tower of Terror, Toy Story Mania, Rock and Roller Coaster, all of those are like the big thrill rides that will have lots of queues. And at Epcot it's recommended to try and get Frozen Ever After, Test Track, Mission Space, Spaceship Earth and Soarin' are normally the ones that people say to go for. This time I think we've gone for, because of the tier system, we've gone for Frozen rather than Test Track, and then we've got a Mission Space one and Spaceship Earth. I don't think we got a Soarin' one. So most people recommend that you try and book all 3 of your fast passes before like the afternoon. If you can get them before lunch, that's amazing, but if you can get them just kind of before like 2 PM, that would be perfect, just because that then means you've got a lot of the rest of the day to fast pass other stuff and get all of the other less popular but still have a long queue to wait in, let's face it, rides and attractions, stuff like Haunted Mansion and It's a Small World. They're like proper Magic Kingdom rides that you're going to want to go on, but people don't recommend to do it because you can often get them on the day. So you want to get in early, because as the day goes on people will book them up, so then there'll be less and less availability for things as the day goes on. So the earlier you can get your ones out of the way, your first 3, and then go on others, you'll have more of a chance that you get loads done. And honestly, the last time we were there, we basically got on every ride through fast passes, because the way we did it, we just ended up getting on everything because we did them early and then did one after the other for the rest of the day. So some other tips I have for fast passing is, don't book your first fast pass for the first hour of opening, because you'll probably have time to run and get on stuff. If you really like us and really want to go on all the rides, you'll probably have time to do a couple of rides in that first hour, so you'll kind of waste your fast pass then. You want to keep your fast passes for when you're going to be able to skip queues. When it first opens, the queues will be shorter, so don't book them for that first hour that it's open. When you're booking them, try to book your tier 1 first, just because those are the most popular rides normally. They deliberately put like all of the biggest rides in tier 1, so try and get your tier 1s before you worry about your tier 2s when you're booking them online. Think about your fast passes geographically. The last time when we went was the first time we'd used it, and we booked, like in Magic Kingdom, the first day, a fast pass here, here and here in the park, like the furthest away points, and we booked them back to back, and we had to literally like run, and it meant that it kind of ruined the lovely experience of wandering around the park and kind of dropping in on rides that are shorter and on the way. It meant we were literally rushing around the park, and we'd done the whole park but we hadn't seen or done anything, if that makes sense. So yeah, now I try and book them a bit more strategically for geographically, like where they are in the park, like go this way, it makes more sense, rather than going like, if you go from here to back again, that makes no sense. You know, book your tier 1, this tier 2, and then this tier 2, so you can go around the park, take your time, and it just doesn't, it's not as hectic. That's it for this video. I hope it was somewhat helpful. Like I said, I'm not exactly an expert, and just giving from my experience. If you have any more helpful tips, please put them in the comments below so that other people can see them, and it's really helpful and useful, and that's the way I like my channel to be. I hope you're all having a lovely day wherever you are. Please do give this video a like if you enjoyed it, and do subscribe. I'm going to be vlogging my entire Disney World trip, and I'm doing pack with me's and lookbooks and all of that good stuff, so definitely, and hauls. We're going to be doing lots of hauls, lots of Disney hauls. So yeah, subscribe if you like all of that stuff, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!